Good evening, option traders. This is Sam the Trader Geek with your Wednesday night, November 13th, 2024 option review. Hope you had a great trading day, and it's been a while, but we had a mixed day. The Dow is up about tenth of a percent, S&P up just minor, NASDAQ giving back a little bit. It's kind of another consolidation day. Nothing after the consumer price index was reported this morning, but looked like we were off to the races pre-market, but then it just kind of gave it all back. But we need to kind of consolidate a little bit more. Surprisingly, 8 out of 11 sectors were in the green, however slightly, but consumer discretionary taking the cake. But it was all on the backs of Amazon, giving that boost, so to speak, with real estate up 0.79%. And energy also getting a boost. Utilities, healthcare, and technology were up or down ever so slightly. Mixed bag with the bonds and yields. So yields were up on the longer term. On the shorters, came down a little bit. TLT lost a little bit of a ground under $90. We got to play in that one. Dollar strength still being exhibited. Commodities, mixed bag here. Oil and natty gas up very slightly. I guess nat gas more than slightly, 3.29%, but this one has been just taken to the woodshed of late. Gasoline, corn down. So not much in the way of green. Gold continuing its pullback. Crypto was looking strong. We hit about 94,000 this morning, and now on a pullback. So bets are on for whether we hit 100,000 by the end of the week. I'm betting no, but in any case, mixed bag with the cryptos, with Ethereum closing up about 15 points, and Bitcoin ultimately losing some ground on the day. If we look at some of the charts for today, if you look at the daily chart for the SPX, you can see the last 3 days have been kind of sideways to down. After 3 days outside the Bollinger Band, we finally came in and haven't really given up much ground. You can see the MACD is solidly positive. The momentum is green. We are at overbought levels here, but not terribly so. I mean, we're not at the 70 level, and we haven't made an all-time high in what, 2 days? So anyway, we are middle of the range of the expectations up here at 6079, call it, for the upper edge of the options implied expected move. And then down here at 5912 for the lower end. So we're right in the middle of the range, chewing up premium. There's our all-time high. We'll see if we make another one this week with PPI on the docket for tomorrow morning. NASDAQ, similar picture, was outside the Bollinger Band for 3 days now. 2 dojis, but a solid MACD momentum, making that all-time high back on Monday, the 11th. And not much going on, right in the middle of the range of the implied expected move, not doing anything. So just consolidating, need of a rest, nothing wrong. Looking at the small caps, and this is the small caps futures, pulling back after hitting an all-time 52-week high, not an all-time high. Implied move is right up here. So we got very close to it, and we've spent 2 days pulling back. And after hours, we're down slightly. But here's the lower edge of the options applied expected move, 2362. If we want to go there, kind of bounce off of it, that's only about 16 points away. Could happen on PPI tomorrow. MACD still solidly positive, but looking like it wants to roll over. That's a fast line crossing over the signal line. We don't want to see that happen, but we are coming in from the overbought area. So all indices looking really good, just in need of some consolidation. And we have some slight divergences on the momentum side, but nothing terrible. If we look at what we've got in terms of earnings coming up for tomorrow, Walt Disney, one of our names reporting before the open. Um, Billy, if you've trafficked in that one, JD.com, Chinese name. And then after the close, Applied Materials, Ast, Space Mobile, Oklo. These have been popular names to trade of late. Post Cereal, if you want your grape nuts. And then on Friday, we got Alibaba kind of capping off the week of the major ones. Alibaba not doing too well. After the close today, we had Cisco reporting it was down slightly after hours. Nothing too earth-shattering about that. Beazer Homes was also reporting after the bell. And what we have in terms of economic reports tomorrow, like I said, jobless claims on Thursday morning and PPI final. We had the CPI today. That comes up at 8:30. And then a couple of Fed heads yakking, but Jerome Powell is on at 3 o'clock. So that might create a little volatility around the last hour of the market. John Williams after hours. And I'm sure you're waiting for the Fed balance sheet with bated breath. On Friday, we have retail sales at 8:30, Empire State Manufacturing and import-export prices with industrial production and business inventory. So still lots of stuff to move the market. And speaking of the market moving, what we have left, we started the week with about 93 points of an expected move in the SPX. This is an monthly options expiration week, and it tends to cue a little bit sideways to down, and it's sticking to that seasonal script. We started with 93. We've got 45 points approximately left until the 4:15 bell on Friday afternoon. So still a lot of volatility, probably use up every bit of it with the economic reports that we have coming out over the next couple of days. Taking a look at the VIX, let's call that up and look at the chart first. Ever since the election, we're basically trending down. MACD solidly negative, as you can see. And today was no exception. We lost about a little over 4.5% on the day. So 6 down days in a row. And so we're down at 14. So let's take a look at the option pricing for VIX options. And where our next monthly expiration is out 34 days out in December. We're at a 14. So if we go $1 out of the money, that's about a $1.57 for the calls, and $1 out of the money for the puts. It's only about 19 cents. So yeah, we're seeing some hedging going on here with the options pricing significantly skewed towards the call side. So you could say that they are buying some protection, given that calls are nearly 10 times the price of puts. So that says a pullback is in the works, if not coming in the next few days. So anyway, let's take a look at our active trades and call it a night and see if I can get this queued up. We don't need the VIX there anymore. So starting with our favorite AMD, it's been with us since the 30th of October, showing some pretty weakness. We're back down at the 139 level and 4 down days in a row, not showing much strength. Post earnings, we had a little bit of a bounce, but couldn't get above the 21 EMA. On a weekly chart, we're just kind of going sideways, but MACD is also negative. So semiconductors in general are not performing up to par, at least not for the last couple of days. And we are underwater on this particular put spread, but plenty of time. We're still out of the money, and this goes out to December. Amazon, another 52, if not all-time high here at 215. Seems like I closed this a little bit too early today. We got more action. Hopefully some of you held on or rolled them out. And so when we look at our profit on this thing, 175%. on 5 price targets, looking good. We are out of this trade. Congrats to those who held it. BMY, Bristol Myers, gapped up on Monday and has been pulling back ever since. Not too bad of a pullback. And we're trying to get to our next price target. And it looks like we hit it today, so it's right there. So I'll have to mark that as a price target. And new note 11, 13, 20. If I can type. Sorry about that. Okay, so we got to our next price target, and let's see, we're got a lot of time on this, so I'm going to give this $7 for this price target. So you can tell how scientific this is when I put in these next price targets. And a lot of times price targets are a guess, and it's kind of a hope and a prayer, but not necessarily every price target is determined by a resistance level or a um, support level, but we'll see what the stock does and then go from there. So targets are just variable. Here's Disney closing above the 200-day for the first time in a long time. So that was kind of good news before earnings. Hopefully, it didn't use up all its energy. We got close to the next price target, and we'll get that report in the morning. And this is a call spread in January, so we got plenty of time on it. And I'm looking for good things out of this earnings report, and hopefully they don't disappoint. So we'll be able to take that next price target on this. FXI, talk about a disappointment, back under the 50-day, and we are underwater. We have not even collected our first price target on this one. Got $2.77 to our next stop. Thinking about changing this particular stop, perhaps to 29, but I think I was targeting the 200-day when I did this, but no strength at all since we put this in, and very, very poor action on the Chinese stock. So I might change that stop. I'll see what happens tomorrow. Halliburton, little doji today. We've got a nice 80% profit almost on these puts that we sold. So should be seeing more positive action from the energy stocks. HPQ, which reports next week, had a nice start to the week, but couldn't hold the gains and pulling back the last couple of days. We've taken one price target, and we are below our cost at this point. So we will see next week when earnings date comes, whether we hold this or we close it out before earnings. It's a slow mover, but it's even slower than I thought. Lululemon, still strong, trying to get above that 200-day. And we've got our next price target at 23. And look at that. We got there today. So hopefully you took some profit targets on there. We'll put that one in there. And having a nice day and continuing to move up there. I think we're at close to max value on this spread. 280. Yeah, we're past the 320 level. So we'll probably be taking the rest of this off by earnings. So congrats to those still holding this one. Didn't think it would be able to continue going after this flag here. Let me put a note here and put that at 11/13/2024. Nice progress on this particular trade, and we'll put the next target, say, at 26. McDonald's, we got a put spread here, and we're up 79% on it. Can't complain about that. And we're at 33 cents. This one's out in December. Morgan Stanley making another 52-week, if not all-time high today. So we didn't quite get to our $8 price target, but looking good and holding up with the rest of the financial sector doing well. We are out of the queues as I recall. So let me take that one out of the list. All right, SPY is the next one. Let me scroll up here. Where's our Starbucks? SBUX, which is a new one. Yeah, Starbucks. We started with selling a put yesterday on the 22nd and looking good. So we're already up on this particular one, 31%. Can't complain about that. SPY, um, a new play today, back ratio, just getting started. We're a little bit up on this. So hopefully we get an outsized move with this particular type back ratio play. And we don't land in the valley of death between 597 and 603. So got to watch this one closely, but we had a great trade for the elections, and hopefully this one will give us the same result. So worst case, if we're under 597 at expiration, we'll keep the 60 cents that we sold it for. TLT, just awful. And we have a combo on this one. We're pretty much down on it. We're waiting for some type of reversal in here, but seems like it's going for a 52-week low again. So no strength. We had some strength in the bonds early this morning after the CPI came in line, and then it gave it all up as the day wore on. XLE doing okay, and the energy trade is working, and our next price target is $4 on our call combo. So gotta like that when the trade works out as expected, following seasonality and following the election. Well, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully you've got something out of this video. I'll be back in the forum with you tomorrow. If you have any questions, at Trader Geek on Twitter or in the forum, Trader Geek Sam, hit me up and I'll try to answer any questions you might have. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.